is only one indigenous broadcaster championing the cause for the restoration of Biafra. Biafra Human Rights Radio. Of course, unstoppable and remains the beacon of truth. It has been so since yesterday, and it is today and forever.
I think it's time to lay it all out. Can I hear my snare drum?
Yeah, keep it rolling, sis. I'm on it.
That's okay, thank you. Shake your man. Mess on my own this. Walking down the miles on the long journey. Yeah, people said we are nobody, but we know certainly we are somebody. Yeah, time is so hard. These days are like nights, yet we struggle hard to see we get to the light. Like brothers and sisters, we join our hands to work hard. Yeah, and we are making sure that we get to the promised land, a land of milk and honey that is costly and worth more than gold and money. We are making sure that we get out of this jungle, and the little quirky cabia my sisters true. No matter how deep the ocean, we will swim through. I tell you words cannot explain all we have gone through. In the hands of the enemies, zoo and the government. Biafran blood passed through with love, but we have Chukwuki Kabiyama, nothing goes wrong. Blacks rules everything around me, and it's pounding my DNA. Cash rules everything around me, and it's found in my DNA. Yeah, freedom is everything about me, and it's found in my DNA. Biafra is everything about me, and it's found in my DNA. We bear from blood, we never give up in this struggle. We are aiming high up. We are smart and fast, enemies can't catch up. Yes, we know what we want, so we'll keep our pace up. Listen, we can't demand for war is not ours. Biafra is a land, and for sure is ours. That's why I'm proud to say I'm a Biafran blood. I'm a Biafran. Biafra is blessed, Biafra is great, cause Chukwuki Kabiyama has approved it himself. You see, Nigeria glooms while Biafra blooms. Biafra is an ideology, and there is no way that you can kill an ideology. We set up Biafrans and Biafra flowing in the blood through our veins, and all the efforts of our enemies to stop us has all been in vain, cause we are the chosen ones. Yeah, blacks rules everything around me, and it's pounding my DNA. Cash rules everything around me, and it's found in my DNA. Okay, freedom is everything about me, and it's found in my DNA. Biafra is everything about me, and it's found in my DNA. DNA. I apologize if it hurts you, but that's the truth. A Sunday or Wendy.
There is only one indigenous broadcaster championing the cause for the restoration of Biafra. Biafra Human Rights Radio. Of course, unstoppable and remains the beacon of truth. It has been so since yesterday, and it is today and forever. There is...
Yes, once again, fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom, men and women of goodwill, people of conscience around the world, genuine Biafrans as well as misguided Biafrans, I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and to some of you, good night, depending on your time zone. This is Radio Biafra Extra, and as you know, we are streaming live this evening through Biafra Human Rights and Freedom Radio Station. Biafra Human Rights and Freedom Radio Station is powered by the Biafra Nation Alliance in conjunction with other pro-Biafran group under the auspices of the Biafran de facto customary government. This radio station is a child of circumstance, as is generally referred. But one day the people of Biafra will understand the role it has to play positive role in the life of our people. It is being anchored by Diokpa Uche Ukafomefo, who hails from Abatete in Anambra State. Diokpa Uche Ukafomefo is the man who assured us. When I mean assured us, he assured the Biafra watchmen that under his watch, he will not allow the heart of this project to see corruption. We've been saying this over a decade, and we continue to say it. We can only pray that God give all of you, genuine men and women across the globe, sincerely fighting for the restoration of Biafra, to equip you, to keep you steadfast, that you stand by your word to the end. That is one truth I do not expect everyone to understand, but one day we shall. I am George Onyibe, and I come from Agbo. Of course, Agbo is in Anioma province, right there in Delta State. Everybody in Delta State, you are Biafra. I must take time to acknowledge genuine Biafrans across the globe. People like Mazu Bidio Bienu, Dr. Okado, people like Dr. Ngokenkwo, people like Mbadike, Okom, all those of you who are working behind the scene tirelessly to make sure things work out. Believe me, it's not easy. Our people who have not got involved will not understand. It overrules everything that we know and contradict everything we believe in. But the grace to stand on that same path is what matters, and we thank God because he has given us this grace. He's the one who has set our feet upon this path for God's sake. You are all highly appreciated. The media team, all of you. And sometimes I begin to wonder how we are able to do certain things we do not have the power to do. But then if we know the power that shapes our way, the confidence, assurance that we all have to do what we have to do, and God will have to do what he got to do in the end of the day. All the pro-Biafran group genuinely seeking for the restoration of Biafra, you are highly appreciated. Honestly, you left your comfort zone. Sometimes you leave your family behind. You have to do certain things ordinarily. Even your biological makeup is rejecting it already, but yet you are there. And sometimes you begin to consider, am I okay? My brother, my sister, you are very okay. You are doing exactly what God wants you to do. You are highly appreciated. Individuals with their opinion. We respect your opinion and your view. But we cannot misplace our priority. Not for any reason. I especially acknowledge the indigenous people of Nnamdi Kanu, because they have made the enemy of Biafra. They have made the people killing us to become victims. They have destroyed every instrument that will give us Biafra. Somebody will carry Bonvita tin and paint it and he's going to tell you, we are going to bomb you, we are going to do this one, we are going to do this one. Why are we doing this to our people? We have record of thousands of Biafran youth who has lost their life because they say there should be no election in Anambra. And now the election has come and gone. And they die for nothing. Indigenous people of Nnamdi Kanu, the only thing they've succeeded in doing is to antagonize everybody. Distract everybody from being able to focus on their real agenda. Some of you have outgrown them and you believe you have to ignore them. But people like us, until they repent, we will not ignore them. We go nowhere. You don't understand what it is. And so what are they doing on social media? Causing nuisance, lying, dishing out propaganda, insulting people, antagonizing everybody. And this type of people want to be in the same country with me. You see, we have an issue to address. And I hope before our time is up, I hope before Biafra is restored, because Biafra must be restored, all of us would have been able to put our house in order, because all this issue must be resolved. And that's on there, are we training mad people? You just see them on social media. You are a fool, you have expired, you are a monkey, you are a baboon, you are a chimpanzee. If all these things will give us Biafra, I will gladly accept all those positions. But why deceive yourself when you know fully well you cannot deceive us? Your propaganda power is losing its weight. Under Nnamdi Kanu controversial arrest, he will still come and meet us. He has collected his share. You people better give Simeon his own percentage on time, because you are not ready for what is coming. We will say the truth. You people cannot lie from this truth. With what we know, there is no gospel. No gospel. So those of you who can assassinate, continue. Those of you who can kill, continue. Those of you who can threaten, continue. This is how we warned you. You never listen. Heaven and earth, the spirit of dead Biafrans and living Biafrans, they know Nnamdi Kanu has ended his journey. So if you are a politician, you are the one sponsoring him, continue. We are watching all of you. If you are not here one day, your children will be here. And so will our children be here also. If you are a career freedom fighter and you are helping to destabilize all that is left of us, the only thing we can beat our hand in the chest and claim we have, and then you give us fake. When we address the indigenous people of Nnamdi Kanu, I'm not talking to IPOB member. Because I'm IPOB member, not under Nnamdi Kanu. We have different type of IPOB. But the ones who are losing their mind already are indigenous people of Nnamdi Kanu. So you get it very clear. Moreover, if you do anyhow, you see anyhow. If you become a thief, we address you like one. You become a normal human being, we address you like one. And that having been said, I want to appreciate people of conscience anywhere you are all over the world. Within your heart, you all know the truth. Our people have suffered enough, just that we've not been able to set our priority right. But one day we will get it. Commencement, the end of one thing, the beginning of another. If the people of Biafra will have faith and hold on to this dream and inspiration, we will get home. And so with this confidence assurance, we'll keep up engaging the global community. We keep on engaging our friends and enemy alike in different pattern. It's going to be fine. And then I say to God, Ibuchukwu nibuchim, Ibuchukwu nyedigo, Ibu afandano omegamo, omegamo, onyeburu onyekpazo. Manite nogogo yakaijina sine buchianyo igosiri anyo biebere o mgbe adike chomamo igosiri anyo biebere mgbe adike o. You showed us your great mercy when we are not strong. Our Father, you show us your great mercy when we are not strong. He said. Of course, we're wonderful Biafrans. This evening we briefly go to our topic that is simply titled, Setting Up a Governmental Structure is the easiest solution to our freedom. Setting up a governmental structure. If we begin to talk about setting up this governmental structure, a lot of people are going to have different idea, different mindset, different narrative of the governmental structure we are talking about. When you talk about the issue of politics, when you talk about the issue of governance, there are truths that we must understand regarding government. Government have a lot of role to play in the life of the people. But two of them are very important. And that is, they should be able to provide security. The government must be able, the most primary function, duty, is to ensure that they can provide security of life and property. And then they can create the atmosphere that enhance economic development. Of course, these are very wide areas of the functions of a government. But there are a lot about government that if you look in depth, you will never support any government of the world. But it has to be there. The government can wake up one day and tell you you cannot travel. And yet they do not have the moral right to do that, but you have to obey. They say it's the government, it's the law, you have to obey it. We all wake up one day without proper explanation what is COVID-19 and why everybody must be vaccinated. Sanctions were passed on so many people. You must wear nose masks. And honestly, I do not condemn those who wear nose masks. I just don't understand why I should put on nose masks, because personally I'm allergic to it already. But the government say you have to do that. The government can wake up one day and decide to reduce your population, and they're going to do it. And they're going to come on the floor of the United Nations, World Health Organization, and tell you that is the best thing for the Homo sapiens. Our population is increasing, and of course this is a matter of host and the virus. One of them have to go. This is government. You know, one of our brother Ukwe, he sang a song. He saw Ochichi in a memma, Ochichi in a bumado, Ochichi okwage nwa choporota nde mmadụ n'ọhịa, isizi ọhịa chorosokwawa jewe n'afịa. I think most of you should go and listen to that song. You will understand what government is all about. But all these things haven't been said. Without this government structure, there is barely any country in the world that can survive. And so I can only pray that God will help us to be able to drive this message home in such a way that you will receive the truth that is meant to set you free. Because out of ignorance, most of us are operating. Forget about the level of your education or exposure. What you don't know, you don't know. On this quest for freedom, we must not forget that there are many shortcuts to freedom. But what happens aftermath? When that freedom is attained, should also be properly considered. We are on the way to freedom. A lot of things are going on. Everybody thought it's just, let's get the freedom. We need the freedom. Give us freedom. Let me tell you, if you have not prepared your mind to what is going to happen when this freedom comes, and then you simply don't know what you are asking for. Because as much as it's very important that we are free from this evil enclave called Nigeria, how it is going to be in Biafra land is very important. We keep saying it because one day you will understand. When we told you there will be election in Anambra, it is peaceful election, nothing will happen. Most of you will not understand. Because we already know Nnamdi Kanu will go and collect money. The people of Biafra are angry already. Did you not see the manifesto, or rather the receipt, or what do they call it, coming from my neck? Some communities only one person vote, and so many other communities nobody voted. So it's not about sit at home, don't vote. There is no genuine Biafran outside those who are feeding on the misery of our people that will come out and vote. Since I was born, I registered for voters card only once and have never participated in any election. Why? Because I know it is RNG. But as I begin to grow and understand that there is need for me to get involved, I took the pain and I broke my own law. I went to the INEC office in Port Harcourt around East-West Road, close to Rumokuru, beside Bori Camp. I went to register there. Because for the first time I felt Goodluck Ebele Jonathan was going to come, and then he's going to bring about a positive change for both Hausa, Yoruba, Fulani. Because it's not what do they call it? It's not a tribalistic bagot. We went to register, and at the end of the day, we were disenfranchised. I was never given my PVC. They told me the computer crashed. Maybe I'm too black. That after election, I should come back for ramification or rectification. That would have been only one time in almost 4 decades. And so, whether you say sit at home or no sit at home, nobody, no Biafran in their right sense, except the ones that are part of the people feeding from our misery, will go and vote. So we already know. With the help of the politicians sponsoring Nnamdi Kanu, is the one that comes out and tell us, hey, avoid politician, avoid politician. But he's working closely with most of them. He's under their payroll. He has to take his own percentage. Is God not wonderful? Is God not wonderful? When Nnamdi Kanu in DSS dungeon told Aloy Ejimako who now told Ojofo who now told the fine boy who now told press people that Nnamdi Kanu say sit at home. My guy, we know the truth already. So getting freedom is one thing, and what happened after March is another thing. All these issues we are trying to bring to your knowledge. We are not opening anything because we cannot violate. There is something known as breach of trust. There are things we are not meant to say, but we keep projecting it to you, so you begin to get your sense gradually. We have analyzed all these things. We have discussed all these things. One day I noticed the way Benjamin Madubugu and China Sanworu were going about the whole thing. And I told them, you people are making our people open enemy. Yes, some of them may be wrong. You may not agree with what most of them have done. But deciding to make them open enemy, you are piling up a problem you are not ready for. Today, you have made so many people open enemy. We are waiting for you. I think I told you people. Forget about all those ones in Nnamdi Kanu is forming, giving them different name. With our money, we know all of them. You don't understand what it means to be beast of no nation. And so at the end of the day, when we get the Biafra, what happened under this current prevailing circumstance? Does it not bother you? Does it not bother you? And so, like I said, our topic is simple. Setting up a governmental structure is the easiest solution to our freedom. It is important and imperative that tonight we review the need for us to set up governmental structure that will not only guide us, but also prepare a platform for us to continue after the freedom have been attained or achieved. The government have numerous roles to play, and what we go through in life is determined by the government. It could be referred to as a double-edged sword. In other words, having the ability to decide who gets justice and who gets punishment. We all know all these things. We need this governmental structure. Number one, the advantage of Nigeria using the government against the people of Biafra, economically, politically, and all the wise, is overwhelming. Nigerians don't understand the role of government, but certainly they know how to hijack all of us, emasculate all of us, cripple all of us. The Hausa Fulani, without name, government. Without tools, government. I was listening to the news this morning, and let's review just two headlines. National headline. One of them said, 17,000 Boko Haram has surrendered and repented. Is it Kano State or Kaduna State? 17,000 Boko Haram bandits or insurgents just repented today, or is it yesterday? And so now the army brigadier or whatever criminal name they answer issued a press communique telling Nigerians that 17,000 bandits has just recovered. And then some of you, oh thank God though, there is progress, but you cannot see the instrument of government undermining the people of Nigeria. How did they come up with that number? Are you telling me 17 bandits lined up and one Nigerian army counted all of them, took their name down, and then they confessed, they repented? Is that what somebody is telling me? Are you telling me that the people in Sokoto or Kano, wherever these bandits gave their life to back to Nigerian government, are you telling me of almost everybody in that state or that community are bandits? Because 17,000 look like a hell of a large number of crowds to me. Most countries in the world are not even up to 17,000. And the government of the day is coming to tell you that 17,000 bandits repented. And so now that they have repented, what next? And so 17,000 Hausa Fulani youth, through the manipulation of the government system, will be equipped. Most of them are not Nigerians. They have taken the name of 17,000 northern youth, Hausa Fulani youth. They are going to scatter them around the globe. They are going to study. They are going to learn trade. But their life cannot remain the same again. They call them bandits. They call them Boko Haram. But you cannot terrorize them. These are the roles government play. Where did they get 17,000 repented Boko Haram? I'm not sure IPOB, all member of IPOB in the whole of Nigeria is up to 17,000. And then you call Biafra agitators terrorists and all that unaccepted name. Of course, Nnamdi Kanu is the one who really put house Oyasu Wezaoko. And then we are clapping. We are terrorists. But they are repented bandits. That is one. And then the next one. Another headline we need to review, and you understand what they are doing to us. They are reconsidering how subsidy will be removed. Look at the level of hardship. They have not removed subsidy, fuel subsidy. Then what happens to you when they will remove the fuel subsidy? But all these are the instrument of government of one people, by one people, and for the same people, to enslave all of you. The man who decides when you eat eventually decide what you eat. They beat you with hunger. Just look at our mothers and our sisters, our ignorant brothers across Anambra. You can see them to 2,000. Little do they know they are mortgaging their 4 years. They are hungry. Our challenge is numerous. Nobody is trying to checkmate all these excesses of the Nigerian government against our people. All these principles designed against us. Nobody is checkmating them. But they are using that government for their own advantage. Look at level of hunger. Look at hardship everywhere. Nobody is actually doing anybody, but it is the government that is doing this to the people. And so tonight, our people must understand the need for us to set up a government strategy, structure, and then checkmate most of this atrocity against us as a people. We were saying No more election in Anambra. No more election in Anambra. We cannot hold election. No more election. Election has come and gone. The same people continue to rule us till they die, except we do something about it. And the only way to do something about it is to set up a structure. Does it not amaze you that the same set of people, group of people who have been ruling Nigeria since 1960, supposedly independent till today, they are grooming their children even to take over. They will kill your own children without mercy. Having suffered in the hand of their own father, their own children, but it is going to kill your own children. Except a structure is set up to checkmate. That is the rule of government. That is what they do. There is need for us to set up a mental structure as a people. And what do I mean by that? How do we give information to our people? No structure. Whatever we have done in the name of this agitation, we know information is the key. And how you manage the information is another thing. Our people in the village now have collected to 2,000. They have mortgaged their future, their fingerprint is on record and all that. But they don't even know the consequence of their actions. And before tomorrow morning, that 2,000 naira will be over. But I do not blame them as much because they don't know most of these things. But the Hausa Fulani, you think they don't have sense, understand the need while information should not only travel at the speed of light, but must be at the disposal of every Alamajiri. We all know right from childhood, we see them carry radio. What are they listening? Senior Peters or Fela? Do they even have musicians? And so what are they listening to inside the radio? Till tomorrow morning, they have advanced their method of getting information from just listening to radio. I'm very sure that shortwave Hausa and longwave Hausa, BBC Hausa, and the rest of them has been there for over 100 years. Today, every Friday, they go to mosque, they direct them, they guide them, they organize them. This is a government structure. I challenge you as a Biafran anywhere you are. If you are not unknown gunmen, just slap one Hausa man. They will open up one battalion for you. Just make that mistake and touch one Hausa man. With his torchlight, he's going to make a call. And then whatever brigadier or general that is in charge of the barrack is going to unleash the whole army on you. This is governmental structure. And so in our life on daily basis, they grow bolder. In our life on daily basis, they intimidate us. They control us. And so when somebody we abandon election, not our land. My guy, you don't have anything in place. One of the greatest problems Nnamdi Kanu is going to have is that all his men that were arrested, all of them really sang. They really sang. So those of you who have money, keep plenty money. Because he set himself up. These are the structures we are talking. Not let's form political party. Let's open PDP. Of course, if you think it can help us, and we see your genuine intention, we help you, we support you, and let's see how it goes. But there are structures outside structures, as there are different rooms in a particular building. Information, not just at the disposal of these people, but very fast. Who tells us? Is it not amazing all of a sudden we don't hear Fulani killing again? Because it's not going to favor anybody now. Hey, wait, they are in a boy. 20,000 people, they are raping them. Am I saying they are not doing it? They are doing it. But we know the game. In the absence of darkness, in the absence of light, darkness prevails. Those who feed on your blood, those who want you to die so they can attract international sympathy, they know what they are doing. We must understand the need why there must be disposition of information. Information. You can imagine onion seller will ban onions from entering Biafra land. Is that not laughable? Police collect money from them on the road. Tomato seller say they will not enter. I think now the Kano said he was going to pay them for the tomato. Abi onions. You have not paid our mothers in the village who are being ravaged by Fulani headsmen. But of course, you want the popularity on the expense of your people. You want the supremacy because it is a game of throne to those of you. We shall know who owns the throne when the time comes. These are the structures we need to set up. We can't even plan anything in our land without somebody selling us. It's unfortunate. Security issue must be managed. Today, if I tell you we have more than 20 different unknown gunmen, it will shock you. And the people who are doing unknown gunmen, their family are in abroad. Simeon Ekpa, unknown gunmen. China Sanguru, unknown gunmen. Benjamin Madubugu, unknown gunmen. Nnamdi Kanu, unknown gunmen. Fine Boy, unknown gunmen. Rabbi Chance, unknown gunmen. UK Foreign, unknown gunmen. I'm not talking about other unknown gunmen like DSS and Nigerian Army and the cultists unknown gunmen and kidnapper unknown gunmen. I'm just telling you within the same system. So who are we running for? Who are we defending ourselves from? Who is actually responsible for the security of our land? Is it a Bubago? Is it an Eastern defendant? The Yoruba Ikale, the Yoruba Ijebu, the Yoruba Ife, they understand, all of them understand that Omotekun stand for all of them. In terms of security wise, they are in charge. The moment Nnamdi Kanu was able to arrange some boys they have finished killing now, he used them to begin to hunt those he perceives as his enemy. And so when you finish killing those you perceive as your enemy, what do you do with the remaining weak ones who don't even know what is going on? You enslave them. We shall see how it happens. But our people will not understand the in-depth of this truth. Maybe when I come here and I say the Lord loves us, let us continue. We will forgive one another, and then let us. Why God no forgive Satan now? But are they not working together? We need these structures to check our people. If we don't do that, those who have government structures on ground already, they will use it to drill out every water in our system. We talk about educational repositioning. Every day I see people online. Oh, our brother has been made Vice Chancellor of the University of Heaven. Oh, one of our brother from Idoma is the best scientist in the world. Hey, this our brother from Enugu is the best engineer. Hey, one of our brother, 13 years old, is the youngest Lorraine Obe from Abo. We'll be clapping for them. The more we lose, the more they gain. All these people, why can't they come back home and make our life vibrant, economically vibrant? They cannot come. At a privilege some time ago, somewhere around Eagle Island, I was with some group of elderly men. They all schooled in London, scholarship, during the first dispensation, politically anyway. And I came with one of them. The person I came with is a linguistic. He could speak more than 18 different international languages. It's a very useful instrument to Nigerian government. It's almost everywhere. And so I sat down and I was listening to them. These were youth that were lifted up from Nigeria and sent to school in London. And they should be 70s, 60s. And then there were two classes of these people. One are those who decide to stay behind. Another are those who decide to come back home. And all the people who stayed behind were regretting their life. 99.9% of those of them who stayed behind in London were regretting. Because 100% of those of them who came back home became useful. Although politicians, they are politicians, so they were stealing big money. And they told the story how they got to where they are. They felt Nigerian will not have future. And so when they graduated, they asked them, do you want to come back home or you want to stay behind? Many of them stayed behind. Some of them are still tenants in London. But the person's house we did this meeting is a mansion. Half of them who stayed behind in London, if you even sell all their property, you can't build half of most of those men's home. What am I saying? These are the most intelligent ones. They stayed behind in London. Their life is useless. But those ones who did not study very well, who cannot speak good English, like me, they came home and turned to our politicians. And now what am I saying? When last did any government give scholarship to our people? And I appreciate all of you who are opening shop for our people, at least, at all. But when are we going to be giving scholarship to our people? I'm not sure in Nigerian dictionary. Is there anything like scholarship again? You see, when we talk about government structure, we can take 10 people who will dedicate the rest of their life to defending the honor and integrity of our people. Send them somewhere, let them go and study anything studyable. Off the record, off the radar. And then let us see how many military software, hardware that they will use to come and kill us. People don't even understand who they are. That is why they were waiting. We can go and talk about security of health. We are very vulnerable and most of you can't see this. Because of the absence of government structure. I'm not talking about PDP, APC or ABGA or any other political party. You people can't even perceive the danger. Somebody is carrying a armored car and now the car is jumping up and now we will kill you and we will kill you. But our very life is in the hand of these people and most of you cannot see that. Let me try to explain a little bit and then we go back to the election. Today, we gradually destroyed our traditional medicine because it's safer. Most of your religious leader will tell you it's safer. Today, because we do not care for many things, we have lost our value medically. Because we don't have government structure to guide us. Now look at every community in Biafra land. You see Yoruba people, they carry their traditional medicine. Most of them, Yoruba don't even buy Yoruba traditional medicine because they all can manufacture it. Every morning they are everywhere. Ogu arariro, ogu bombo mishe, ogu jadi jadi, ogu green ranka, ogu everywhere. Our people now. Where is our Ogweba? It's gone. It's gone. And so we have to take Ataramasen, Orobomasen, Amakamasen. Am I saying it's bad? No. Far be it from it. But how were we surviving without Ataramasen and Orobomasen and Amakamasen? How were we surviving? And then Hausa at the other corner giving us another one. But our own is dying out gradually. We don't have any drug again. We try to encourage our people. Let's begin to study all this, our traditional medicine. We need it. But no structure to do that. No governmental structure. And it doesn't happen. Let anything go wrong. Sickness will wipe all of us out in 1 week. Because nobody will ship Ataramasen for you. Nobody will ship Otoromasen or Arakamasen. You will not see anything. Okay, we are going to wait when it starts. Then we begin to plan. This is the true security of a nation. What about China? What about Japan? What about India? What about Malaysia, Indonesia? What about even Britain? When some people hear about malaria, they think that is the end of the world. But take dongoyaro, take lemongrass, take guava leaf, take pawpaw leaf, heat all of them together, let us see what is malaria. But gradually we are losing all this recipe. And some people have not even considered this. They are telling you, yes, we will fight war, we will shoot bomb, we will destroy you. My God, you don't know what you are bargaining for. But there is no platform to enlighten our people so they understand the need why everybody on every front must get ready. This is not the work of one man, for God's sake. If I tell you I'm a member of Biafra Nation Alliance and we have the technical know-how, the capacity, I lie, I deceive you. But at least there is something we can do. And then there is something you can do. And then there is something another can do. But understand that our target is not to undermine anybody. We don't want to take that which belongs to anybody. We simply want to be the author of our destiny, for God's sake. And so while we are fighting for freedom, while we are agitating, we must understand that a government structure must be put in place to monitor the shenanigans of the criminal element around us. Or else we will be going around the circle. 4 years ago, Nnamdi Kanu led all of us. No election, onye to vote ola ugwu Hausa, onye to vote ola ugwu Hausa, onye to vote ola ugwu Hausa, and then we see, we deliver, we documented. This is another 4 years, and you have entered again. Shit at home, shit at home, shit at home, shit at home, shit at home. Now they have collected money. Let's wait for another 4 years. Maybe that one they will replay the record. No referendum, no election. No referendum, no election. No referendum. My brother, my sister, how many lifetime do we have? How many lifetime do we have? And you can't see this game. Do I blame any of them? No. But I want to blame us. When we talk about the de facto customary government, they have so much job to do. Here on Biafra Nation Alliance, we are gradually trying to reorganize our people, and we are doing that. The job is not an easy one. It is capital intensive. It is time demanding. It's taking so much, and you can't even explain it. But we continue doing it until we get it right. And so if you are from Idoma, Biafrans in Benue State, Biafrans in Edo State, Biafrans in Delta State, Biafrans in Bayelsa State, Biafrans in River State, if you are Biafran in Cross River State, you are Biafran in Imo State, you are Biafran in Abia State, Biafrans in Ebonyi State, Biafrans in Enugu State, Biafrans in Ebonyi State, Biafrans inside Kogi State, Igala people, rise up. Rise up. Makanisia no yakwa na chapenya. When that time come, you will understand that the relationship between the eye, the nose, and the mouth, including the ear, you cannot dissect it. They have different shape and look differently. But when something touch one, you will know that they are all one. And when it's set, that is when you will know all of you are in Yamere. The intention is not to undermine anybody. It is as simple as trying to be the author of our destiny. Of course, I would like to go and join my people in Anambra State, our administrators there, if they have any report regarding the ongoing election, just concluded the Anambra State election. And of course, our lines are open. You are highly encouraged. Join Biafra Nation Alliance. Join Biafra de facto customary government. And of course, there are other pro-Biafran group. But at this moment, my duty and my loyalty lies with the de facto government, the general body, and Biafra Nation Alliance. I can only say what I know. And so we encourage you. Ugoni, Ugoja, Ubobura, Ugeb, Utoke, Upie, Mbiama Yenugwa Patani, Abrakaoli Urubu Shekiri. All of you Biafrans, we need to come together. It is happening already. And before our very eyes, we can say nothing they happen, but something they happen. You must lend your voice out. You must be ready to play your card on the table. For the sake of this league, let us do it once and for all. We can do it. If you can think it, it's achievable. We can do it. At this moment, our lines are open. And of course, our direct line remain 081-221-52971. 081-221-52971. 081-221-52971 is our direct line. And then our WhatsApp line is 070-815-45642. 070-815-45642 is our WhatsApp line. For the last time, the WhatsApp line is 070-815-45642. And of course, if you cannot access the studio line, you are encouraged to call any of my social media platform. It could be Telegram, Telegraph, it could be WhatsApp, it could be Facebook Messenger, anyone you have access to. You are free to call in. And at this moment, the lines are open, but I will be back in a minute. The journey has already begun, and the people of Biafra must do the needful. I'll be back in a minute.
Biafra is our only home. It is our only hope. From the rising of the sun to the going restore our motherland. Oh, Biafra is our only home, is our only hope, Biafra. We must always strive to do what we ought to do, to restore Biafra back, hope of our children. Oh, Biafra is our only home, is our only hope, Biafra. From the rising of the sun to the going of the same, we must fight till the end to restore our motherland. Oh, Biafra is our only home, is our only hope, Biafra. Oh, Biafra is our only home, is our only hope, Biafra. We must always strive to do what we ought to do, to restore Biafra back, hope of our children. Oh, Biafra is our only home, is our only hope, Biafra. From the rising of the sun to the going of the same, we must fight till the end to restore our motherland. Oh, Biafra is our only home, is our only hope, Biafra.
Yes, of course, our lines are still open, and for those of you in Anambra who witnessed the election on first-hand information, did any of our people die? Were the turn-up that encouraging? Were they able to pass or register their displeasure with their participation? Was everybody killed? And the question also should be, those who died, do they die in vain? Because that they were not going to be election in Biafra land. Do they die in vain? And then what happens after the whole election? Will this election change the fate of our people in the Nigerian state? Will this election stop agitation? Will this election change our life for better? We have questions that need answer. We have a caller on WhatsApp. If you can hear me, caller on WhatsApp. Caller on WhatsApp. Good evening, my brother Mazi Onwukwe Wanzi. Go ahead, please.
Good evening to Biafrans and all lovers of freedom all over the world. Good morning, good afternoon, depending on time zone. This is Mazi Onwukwe Wanzi calling from Anambra Direct to give some little update of what I experienced today in the Anambra election that took place. Very early in the morning, we wake up, everywhere was calm. People around 8 to 9, people started trooping to the polling booth to cast their votes. Though the election witnessed low turnout of voters and also poor network to their card readers and their equipment to take to carry out the election. That is for them. But the reason I'm giving this report is for those who felt that Anambra election will not take place. It was successful, very peaceful, no problem. Nobody throughout Anambra, there is no gunshot. The only issue that tried to come out is the party agent trying to lure the voter and tradition of being elected. So in the security wise, there have never been a report. I have made contact with so many people from other local government and senatorial zone. I haven't got any information of security bridges and all the rest of them until this evening. They are concluding in what they call election. The reason I put this thing straight is that some days ago, some group of people were issuing threats that the election will be bloody, any person that come out will die, this and that, making all sort of empty threats. Even when some days ago, when the so-called IPOB leadership has gone and repeat what happened last 4 years ago, 2019 and 2017, of the signed, sealed and delivered. Some group of people, because this time around, what they are now doing is that they have shared themselves into pieces. Each of them is busy working for their own benefit. The other one is busy somewhere working for their own benefit. So when you do something that did not benefit the other, it will tell you that it will not work. Even when the Powerful, which fine boy Emmanuel Kanu make that publication telling you that after listening to their elders and all the rest of them, they have lifted up the election boycott, they have cancelled the sit at home and all the rest of them. So many groups, so many factions among them started telling us that those things is fake news, that election cannot hold. But behold, my brothers and sisters, the election took place today and nobody was shot or killed today. That is the update of exactly what happened in Anambra today. In the other way around, in the other hand, I want our people to know exactly what is going on in our quest to freedom. The other of our brother that used to do IBVI channel TV, Chinedu Asuso, there's a program he made which he tagged The Truth it is high time to bring out the truth. What did he say in that truth? The man tell you that they have done more propaganda than the program of the struggle for our independence itself. He analyzed so many things, the things that will help us to get the freedom, the things that will put us together to achieve what we are looking for, in which he appointed political power. We are under siege today because of the occupation of the Fulanis with political power, which our leader, our head of administration has put it early in this program that everything that is happening today is because we lost the political power of our territory. So look at what is going on now. Those that is claiming that they are fighting for our freedom, what are they doing? Business of their stomach. When you hear Chike Doziem announcing on Facebook, telling you that if they did not release their leader before 4th, they are embarking on sit at home from 5th to 10th, except Sunday. What is it doing? They are pressing for their personal demands. But people felt that, hey, they are saying that their leader must be released. They know that there's no way their leader can be released without court order. And there is no fix of court. Within those periods, they are claiming that they must release their leader unconditionally. Who will not release your leader? The first one, they appear in the court. There was no bail application applied. How can that leader cannot be released before 4th? It's just that they are pressing for their demand to be met. And some days ago, they told us that they have met their demand. Ask them what is that their demand that has been met. This thing happened 2017. This thing happened 2019. In fact, this time around, I tagged it Sign, Seal, Delivers, Part 2. Maybe if we did not learn our lesson today, Part 3 is coming. And by the day it will come, no one knows the strategy and the style it will come. Because look at this time around, 2019, not much people were killed. We are campaigning peacefully for people to boycott election. Look at what happened in this Anambra election. Nobody can give account of people that lost their life and property for this election to be boycotted. At the end of the day, at the expense of the blood of people, property of the people who destroy and the rest of them, somebody went at the back, collect whatever he collect, and came out to tell you that his demand. What is that demand? Has Nnamdi Kanu been released? Has Biafra come? Has they accepted to give IPOB governorship of Anambra? The people should start today to ask this question. Make public this demand that has been met. At least, Biafran Restoration Project is never a one-man show. It's not a one-man business. When Ojukwu and Gowon went to Aburi to have meeting on how Nigeria should look like, immediately Ojukwu comes back, his open mouth and start telling Gowon to implement and make public the demand, the agreement that were signed in Aburi. And if you Google your phone today, you will see the delegate of the people that went to that Aburi with Ojukwu. You will see the delegate that went to that Aburi with Gowon. You will see the content of what was discussed and signed, in which Gowon failed to do that makes Ojukwu to declare the sovereignty of Biafra. Today, let Nnamdi Kanu and his cohort make public what is that their demand that is always being met by Nigerian government. Let us see. And who are the delegates that used to go to this meeting? And where was this meeting being held? These are questions that we should be asking. Biafran struggle, I said it before, it is not a one-man business. It is not a one-man show. It's not a private company in which you can run and keep whatever you feel to keep to yourself as secret. Serving the people, you will be open. You will make them to understand exactly what is going on and what is not going on, and what is needed and what is not needed. This time around, please, Biafrans, open your eyes and know the people that is fighting for your freedom. And speaking from the angle of Biafra Nation Alliance, please join Biafra Nation Alliance, or either join any group that you know that can express, allow you to express your feeling, allow you to voice out your say, allow you to contribute without fear of being molested, being killed, or being attacked, or being set up to Nigerian government. At least the Biafra Nation Alliance is one of them. This is one group that when you come in, you have your say, you express yourself, even if your idea may not be taken, but nobody can question you for saying what you may have said. We are the people that understand that Biafran struggle is not for one man, it's not for one group, it's not for somebody that may be sent by Elohim or Elohim. No, these are things that we must put our hands together to achieve. And that is why we are asking you, wherever you are, if you are in Biafra land here, just call this number that Onyibe has brought out to you. He will direct you on how you can join Biafra Nation Alliance. And also, we have Biafran de facto customary government that is superseding and taking care of all the Biafran group that have accepted to work under her, to make sure that there will be no breach of law in our mix. What we experience in IPOB is never something that we will wish that it will repeat itself again. IPOB is worse than Fulani, let me tell you the truth. Fulani doesn't kill their own. Fulani protect their own. No matter what you do, they will protect you. But in IPOB started killing within the family circle before they jumped outside this thing they're doing now on non-government. Since long ago, for the past 2-3 years, they have started this on non-government in IPOB within this family circle. So I'm advising everybody who is ready, who likes freedom, who is ready to be part of the history of our freedom, join the Biafra Nation Alliance. Dr. Onyibe, this is where I will stop for now. Thank you very much.
Of course,
and remember blessed.
Thank you, my brother. Of course, that is the voice of Mazi Onwukwe. He is our head of administrator, Biafra land. And of course, every administrator must be up and doing, because we have a nation to deliver. We have our own part to protect, and we cannot be found wanting. Caller on the WhatsApp, can you hear me? Caller on WhatsApp. Caller on WhatsApp, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Good evening from here. Go ahead, your name and where are you calling from?
Okay, this is Chiefs Amako.
You're welcome to the program.
You are doing a very wonderful work.
Thank you very much.
My contribution, what I want to contribute and also ask a question. First of all, let me ask, is this thing Asari is attacking us? Asari, is this still with us? Because Asari is every day attacking Biafra. Everything Biafra.
Honestly, I may not know the particular words you refer to as him attacking us, but he is the chairman, head of the de facto customary government, and as far as I'm concerned, we have regular weekly meetings, and everybody is discussing on the next way forward for our people. And so I don't know exactly what he said that you refer to as attacking. Who is he attacking? Is it the general Biafran people, a particular group, or certain individuals? That will help me answer more of your question.
General Biafran people.
And in that case, I will say you may not have understood what he said, because he cannot attack me. I am a Biafran, and I don't have issue with him. We reason together. We discuss how we are going to get Biafra, so he cannot come out and attack everybody. For instance, if I talk here, I attack Nnamdi Kanu. I'm not attacking every Biafran. I am attacking Nnamdi Kanu because he knows what he has done. Do you understand? And so it will be wrong for anybody to say because I have a misunderstanding with Nnamdi Kanu and then I'm attacking the whole Biafra. Some of our people use such disguise to get everybody infected with your bitterness. So he's not attacking everybody. I will not personally agree with that, but I know he may have people he don't agree with on this journey. Thank you.
Okay. And the meeting, where did they normally hold our meeting? So we can now come to meeting also.
You will send me message on this WhatsApp regarding this request, so I can forward your number to the admin on that platform, so they can bring you in, and so you can be able to have your say in our say. Everybody begin to discuss and fashion way on how to save our people from this menace. Just send me a message on this WhatsApp. After the program, I will respond to you.
Okay, I will. Thank you.
Thank you very much, my brother. We must continue. And of course, this is Biafra Human Right and Freedom Radio Station, a child of circumstance. Our mission, our target is simple. We want to go home. We believe we have wandered enough in this wilderness, and it's time we'll do the needful. We already know what is holding us back. It is just that being behind and reach certain individuals. And so we have to struggle, we have to fight, we have to put structures in place to be able to lead us home successfully, and we will get there. And so the good people of Biafra understand that all these things are necessary. Some of them must happen. Without all this struggle, there is no glory. And in the end of all this struggle, and then we can sit back and our children will tell story how their own father overcame. Don't make any mistake about it. The journey has just begun. Wherever you are all over the world, forget about the fact that you may have been disappointed in time past, but you must not give up on faith and hope, because you will surely get there. A caller on the line. Can you hear me? Caller on the line.
Yes, I can hear you. Good evening, sir.
Good evening from here at Biafra. You're welcome to the program. Go ahead, please.
Good evening, Biafra. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Biafra Nation Alliance family. May Chukwu bless everyone. I want to thank you for this evening. Although I did not, I thought you would broadcast this evening. That's why I did not join earlier. But at least the ones I heard is all about how we would have been doing our own. I saw what all these mechanics, I saw what they did today. I was shocked how they were able to construct a new mirror to somebody. The mirror, somebody just out of carelessness or whatever, just destroyed the mirror of some another person's car. But you see how they constructed with local made, and put a new mirror in that car, you will not believe that it was only hand. They don't have any machine that will help them. They don't have anything, factory, that will help them. Assuming now that all these people that are doing this wonderful work now have a factory where they are doing all this. Don't you see that this place, in 1 year, this place will become Dubai? And if we are drinking our medicine, all this nonsense disease that is killing us now will not have been killing us. Now, 70 years now is celebrating in Biafra land. And thank God we reach 70. No more. The people around him will be preparing for burial. 70 years. Hey, they will go Thanksgiving. 70 years. 70 years. But I see my grandmother, the mother to my father. That woman lived so strong because of what they ate. So it's because of all these things. But I know that it's just that all this propaganda they are carrying about in Biafra land that made all the things you have been teaching us to go down, because they wanted to kill you now, because your teaching is yielding fruit. Their own is not yielding fruit. So they have seen that all that you have been teaching us on Radio Biafra is yielding fruit. Their own is all propaganda, from one propaganda to another, from one fake video to another, from one fake audio to another, from one fake sign, seed and deliver to another. That is why they wanted to kill you, because they know that all that you are teaching us since is very true, and they are yielding fruit. Everything that I learned from you, all this while you have been teaching, it's helping me till today. It's helping me, and it still helps you. All these things you taught us here. There is one thing you said one day. I won't forget about it, and that thing helped me so much. It helped me so much. Till today, it's still helping me. And I'm teaching others. If I saw a young lady, I would tell her, please do this, do this. It will help you. It will help you. It will reduce all these things that you are complaining. It will reduce it. You will help yourself. And they are doing it. All those that I teach, they are doing it.
And somehow we lost that caller, and it's network issues. I know. If you are able to call back at Biafra, please, you have the liberty of doing so. The people of Biafra must get ready. A lot of things need to be put in place. A lot of strategy. For almost a month, your brain has been reconditioned to be shouting, there will be no election, we must sit at home, we must sit at home. And now 30 days or 60 days is gone. We shall see what the next story is. From Monday, will you still sit at home? From Monday, what will you do next? Let us plan. Genuine plan. Can you hear me?
It was network.
I understand. You are welcome back.
Yeah. And from that, I just say thank you, God, for protecting you, and you did not go to that meeting at Oba. Because if it happens that you went to that particular meeting, that would have killed you. Who would have been helping us this day? who would have been teaching us all this thing. And Anambra election on October, I told everyone that Anambra election will go successfully and nobody will die on that election day. Not even a chicken self, unless somebody went and buy chicken in the market and kill. And I know that nobody will die. And I'm still waiting for the person that will win the election, because I saw the person that will win the election. So all the shenanigans, if they finish doing it, the real person that God choose for Anambra to help the Igbos and to even help us push more about Biafra restoration will emerge from that place. And nobody again will ever come to destroy the youth of Biafra. Although so many families do not, according to Agwan yesterday, she was narrating all those things.
Just the same network issue. And of course, our lines are still open, even though we are inching closer to the end of the program. But the people of Biafra must understand. We'll keep telling you the truth. Because you have been reconditioned by lies, most of you cannot tolerate it. You cannot bear it. But don't worry, we are not in a hurry with you. We will patiently communicate this truth, which has the capacity to change your whole life. And then together we shall go home. Election or no election, it has come and gone, it will still be there. Who are the people fighting to reorganize our society and get the people ready? If it is constitutional amendment, if it is addressing constitutional review, whatever it is that we need to do, those who are expertise on those level will have to take the lead and the rest of them follow us. We must go as a team and as a people. If you're back, my dear, go ahead, please. Ada Biafra.
Okay. Thank you. I just want to say, may Chukwu Kabiyama bless everyone. I don't know what network is targeting me. If I just say small thing, they will cut it off. If I just say small thing, they will cut it off. But no problem. I say, may Chukwu Kabiyama bless Dokba Uchoka from Mefo. You, Judge Onyibe, you are a good person to us. If not that God saved you, where would you have been today? All of us would have died now, because their propaganda would have pushed us to think that we are fighting for Biafra. According to one guy, he told me, no, we are fighting for Biafra. I said, you are fighting for Biafra. You went to the bush. And no, nothing. You want to kill a policeman to collect gun so that you will fight for Biafra. He said, yes, so. And I'm telling him something. That maybe that's why they are there. She doesn't work. That they are collecting gun. I said, this they are fighting. Who told you to fight for Biafra again? Are we fighting for Biafra? Have we recovered from the first one? And we are going to fight another one. Who is fighting with you? He was just looking at me. You see that so many of these youth they have killed now. If we wake all of them up now to ask them, why did you die? So many stories will prompt up. So I will tell you so many stories. According to my friend that was buried this day last year, or 7th of November last year, he said that now they can't say they will build them duplets when Biafra come. I said, leave, first of all, be alive so that when Biafra come, then you can be able to demand for your duplex. because if you are dead, you don't even know whether duplex is built or not. Live. He refused to live. He is dead. Today, he is in the grave. Where is the duplex? Even his wife, they couldn't even feed her. She is now in the village with a girl child that is not up to 2 months. The man died. You see, if we wake all of them up now, they will tell you so many stories that they used to deceive them. Propaganda. You see how that young man was, that BTV man was so furious, so much angry that he helped these people promote so many propaganda everywhere. But at the end of the day, what did they do? I told them nothing will happen. Anambra election will go successfully. The Anambra people will elect the good governors that will build Anambra very well. That you people cannot do. Nobody will die. That is it. Nobody will die. Even if they come up again, if any bingo remain in the bush, just run for your life and go home. Find your way. If they give you oath, tell them that oath doesn't work because they deceived you. Oath that was deceived is not working. Go house. Go do something for your life. Go and learn handwork and do something and get money. And stop fighting nonsense in the bush. They will kill all of you and use your blood to feed the dragon. That's all. Nothing again. They are deceiving you so that you will die. They will use your blood and feed their dragon, their occultic dragon. That's all. Nothing. All this shenanigans, we don't, no go green. Now your blood, then they target. Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you very much. And bless you too. And of course, we continue to sensitize our people, and we cannot allow them to be constantly deceived. We've been deceived enough. We already know the truth, and sincerely, all we want is Biafra restoration. There's a caller on WhatsApp. Can you hear me? Caller on WhatsApp.
Can you hear me, sir?
Loud and clear. Good evening from here. Chino, so
okay.
You're welcome.
I greet you, my administrator. I want to especially thank you for what you are doing for Biafrans all over the world. It is not easy, especially at this time where propaganda are flying everywhere. The truth is always the truth. Nobody can thwart the truth forever. It will always prove itself. For the second time, the truth has been bare in the public to show that IPOB has insisted on feeding on the blood of Biafrans. They have used propaganda to brainwash Biafrans and make them believe that something is happening, whereas nothing is happening. They want people to see that they are agitating, whereas they go behind the back and collect money. Who would ever think that hours before the election day, they will cancel the election after many people have died because of this same shenanigan? When we tell Biafrans that this thing they are doing, it's just a mere stunt, they think they are actually making a headway, they are actually doing something. Whereas the only thing they are doing is going behind Biafrans to make deals with politicians, because this is just the season for them to make money. The other day and he was laughing. Somebody that is facing terrorism charge. He was dressed well, he looks, even though I cannot tell his medical condition, but he doesn't look like a criminal he is, because he is using the advantage that his gang, his boys who are actually going offensive are doing something to make his deal work. And today his deal has worked. But it is a shame on Biafrans that allowed themselves to be fooled by this criminal called Nnamdi Kanu and his gang of DOS. We continue to tell Biafrans that IPOB never mean well for Biafrans. IPOB has killed Biafrans more than Fulani people has killed Biafrans. IPOB has frustrated the economy of Igbo land more than Nigeria has done in years. Today, people are living in hardship because of IPOB. And it is very pathetic that these same people are not coming out to call out IPOB for what they are. IPOB is so evil that they are too proud of what they are doing. When they see Biafrans hurting, they are taking pleasure. And Biafrans are not agitating against this group called IPOB. And it is very, very sad that at this point, Biafrans are not still seeing that the only way and solution to our problem is for us to engage in politics. Today, people went to vote for people that will represent them under Nigerian platforms. But if we ask them to sponsor pro-Biafrans to go into politics and dominate the political arena, they will not participate. They will not be coming out. Every day we shout and we ask people to be part of the government of Biafra. They feel reluctant. Today, few people have gone to install representatives that will swear loyalty to Nigerian government. And they are overly excited because they feel the election was successful. Is it not a shame on Biafrans? The earlier we start thinking home, the earlier we start accepting that we need to do a U-turn and engage actively the better for us. I wish Biafrans will start seeing from this perspective and drop this agitation they are doing in the name of calling for no election in Biafra land and calling for violence. What we need now is to re-strategize, set things in place, how we are going to make the government of Biafra work for Biafrans. That is what we need at this moment. And so I will use this opportunity to ask Biafrans to identify with this family. Biafra Nations Alliance is a family, and we are also part of the government of Biafra, de facto customary government of Biafra. This government of Biafra is the only platform we can speak as a people, not as a group in this case, as a people. It is a body that will present us to the international community. It is a body that will organize us from our different groups. We will be organized so that when we make our demand, it will be solid. So this is my request for everybody listening to me right now to identify yourself. It is not hard. We have brought out channels for you to be able to be part of what we are doing. Make yourself available. That's all. Imagine if IPOB had used the numerical strength they had to engage in politics, by now things would have been, better. But they dropped all the good advice, all the positive advice, and they went to follow the wrong path. And now look at where we are. I saw some comments from their members who are already fed up with their shenanigans. They are all saying that they are no more satisfied with the leadership pattern. Now these people have seen what we want them to see. What we need them to do is to come out fully and join the right path. Because the more we waste time, the more the more the delay, and it is not good for the struggle. We are working with a time frame, and because we need the number, we want everybody to be part. IPOB has succeeded to bring the military down to the east, particularly in Anambra State. Thousands and thousands of Nigerian military, they are in our land, and we are calling against the invasion of our land by the occupational Nigerian military. Who are the people bringing these people? The same IPOB with their tactless approaches. So when are we going to stop allowing these people to override us with their shenanigans? Biafrans all over the world, I am begging you to identify with this platform. It is very easy. Call the numbers displayed on the screen and do the needful. Your voice will be heard, and it is a guarantee, because it is the right thing that we are doing, that at the end of the day, Biafra will come. It's as simple as that. There is no going back. I want to also thank you, my administrator, for the resilience, for the strength, for the grace upon your life. I am praying that God will continue to enable you, to give you all the enablement you need to continue to lead us in this right path that we are. And I also want to thank all members, all registered members of Biafra Nations Alliance, and all other platforms who are going about this struggle through non-violence. I am praying that God will continue to push forward. We are not going to relent. We will continue until Biafra is restored. All about Biafra.
Biafra, we hail thee. And of course, that is the head of our media department, Brother Chinonso. And of course, we already know the truth. It is just for us to walk on the path of the truth. Anambra election has come and gone. We thank God that only those who died out of ignorance before now that died, and nobody died, and the election went the way they planned for it. That is not of any concern to us. It is Biafra that is our concern. And in the process of trying to get Biafra, we cannot make merchandise out of our people. We cannot lead them to untimely death. We cannot count back in cowardice because some people are threatening us. We will not compromise the truth, and so we look good. No. We'll stand on the path of truth, because Biafra is truth in the end. The people of Biafra, anywhere you are around the world, you must understand at this moment that indeed we need to set up a government tactical department. People will be working, you will not know they are working. People will be consulting, you will not know they are consulting. People will boycott election, you will not even know they are responsible. People will put Nigeria on hold, and yet you won't see anybody. All these things can come or be possible when there are people reasoning, tactical planning, when people who know what to do begin to do what they ought to do. And we are sincere to ourselves and tell ourselves the truth. Of course, the errors of lie, propaganda, and deceit is still having some impact on most of us. But don't worry, we are not in a hurry. We will make sure we put an end to all of them. And like I said, we are inching closer to the end of this program. My appreciation to those of you who were able to call in to make your positive contribution, as the case may be. Those of you looking for how to join Biafra Nation Alliance, you are encouraged to send me message via my WhatsApp, the studio WhatsApp, and be rest assured I will attend to you within the next 24 hours. Appreciation to those of you who were able to call in to make your contribution. My brother Wonkwe Wanze, who gave us update of what happened in Anambra State supposedly election, and of course Agwanye and others who called to make their contribution. We are Biafrans, we remain Biafrans, and this is where I will draw the curtain for this evening's segment. Tomorrow is another day. We will continue from where we stop. The truth cannot be overemphasized. Our message will not change. What we want is simple. We want to go home. We want to go home. And to top it all, don't forget that we are Biafrans. Good night from here, and God be with you.
We are Biafra. We love Biafra. We are Biafrans. We love Biafra. I say we are Biafrans. We love Biafra. We are Biafrans. We love Biafra. Where we show the whole world how much we love Biafra, our beloved father's land. We love and cherish. We show the whole world how much we love Biafra, our beloved father's land. We love and cherish. Biafra's story is the most touching and painful story in the world. Biafrans have been killing every day and night, but nobody is talking. Everywhere silent. We should be ashamed of ourselves. Hey, we said we are Christians, but we do nothing to help the Biafrans. When they are killing Biafrans, we've done nothing to help them. Whether you help or not, we Biafran, we stand and protect our land, because we love Biafra, and we will die for Biafra.